Miniature mountaineers. An introduction to pikas. High in the mountains, amongst the rugged rocks and alpine meadows, lives a creature of remarkable resilience and charm. Meet the pika, a small mammal with unique adaptations. These animals are bundles of energy, constantly bustling about their rocky domains. Their high-pitched calls echo through the thin mountain air. Pikas are herbivores, their diet mainly grasses and forbs. Their story is one of resilience and adaptation. Life on the rocks, pika habitats and distribution. Pikas are true montane specialists found in mountainous regions across the northern hemisphere. From the Rockies to the Alps, the Himalayas to the Sierra Nevada, these small mammals have carved out a niche amongst the peaks and valleys. Their preferred habitat is talus slopes, areas of broken rock that provide ample crevices for shelter and protection from predators. These rocky environments, while seemingly harsh, offer pikas a number of advantages. The spaces between the rocks create a cool, stable microclimate that helps them regulate their body temperature, crucial in the face of extreme mountain temperatures. The network of tunnels and crevices also provides protection from predators and shelter from storms. Their distribution, however, is patchy and fragmented, often restricted to isolated mountain ranges separated by valleys and lowlands that act as barriers to their movement. This makes them particularly vulnerable to habitat loss and fragmentation, as well as the effects of climate change. Understanding the unique habitat requirements of pikas is essential for their conservation. As temperatures rise and their preferred alpine environments shrink, it becomes increasingly important to protect these fragile ecosystems and ensure the continued survival of these charismatic creatures. A symphony of squeaks, pika communication and social behavior. The stillness of the mountain air is often broken by the distinctive calls of the pika. These high-pitched squeaks, chirps, and whistles are not just random noises, they are a complex form of communication, conveying vital information about territory, danger, and even individual identity. Pikas are highly territorial, and their calls play a crucial role in maintaining their personal space. A series of short, sharp calls serves as a warning to intruders, letting them know that this particular patch of rocks is already claimed. Longer, more melodic calls, on the other hand, are used to attract mates and strengthen bonds between individuals. While they are generally solitary creatures, pikas do engage in social interactions, particularly during the breeding season. Their calls help them navigate the complex social landscape, avoiding conflict and ensuring the successful raising of their young. Listening to the symphony of pika calls is like eavesdropping on a secret conversation, a glimpse into the hidden world of these fascinating creatures. Their vocalizations, combined with their energetic movements and charming appearance, make them a joy to observe and a testament to the wonders of adaptation and evolution. Master builders, pika nests, and winter survival. As winter approaches, pikas prepare for the harsh months ahead. Pikas do not hibernate. They rely on behavioral and physiological adaptations. They create cozy nests within rocky crevices. Using gathered vegetation, pikas construct well-insulated nests. These nests have layers for insulation and ventilation. Pikas also collect and store vegetation for winter. This stored food is vital for winter survival. Section 5. Haymaking heroes, pika diets and food caching. The high-altitude meadows and rocky slopes inhabited by pikas offer a surprisingly diverse menu for these small herbivores. Their diet consists primarily of grasses, forbs, wildflowers, and even the occasional lichen, all carefully selected and consumed with an efficiency that belies their small size. Pikas are opportunistic feeders, their dietary choices influenced by the availability of different plant species throughout the year. During the spring and summer months, when fresh growth is abundant, they focus on consuming nutrient-rich plants that provide the energy needed for reproduction and raising their young. As summer wanes and the first hints of autumn color the landscape, pikas shift their attention to gathering and storing food for the winter months. This is when their haying behavior comes into play, a fascinating adaptation that has earned them the nickname whistling hay mowers. Pikas meticulously gather and transport mouthfuls of vegetation to their designated hay piles, carefully selecting plants that will retain their nutritional value even after drying. These hay piles, strategically located throughout their territory, provide a crucial food source during the winter months when fresh vegetation is scarce. Section 6. Sentinels of the slopes. Pikas as indicator species. The presence or absence of pikas in a particular area can tell us a lot about the health of the ecosystem as a whole. Scientists consider them to be indicator species, their sensitivity to environmental changes making them valuable barometers of broader ecological trends. Because of their specific habitat requirements and their reliance on a narrow range of temperatures for survival, pikas are particularly vulnerable to the effects of climate change. As temperatures rise, their preferred alpine habitats shrink, forcing them to higher elevations where suitable habitat may be limited. Monitoring pika populations can provide early warning signs of the impacts of climate change on mountain ecosystems. Declines in pika numbers or shifts in their distribution can alert scientists and conservationists to the need for intervention and mitigation efforts. Their sensitivity to other environmental disturbances such as habitat loss, fragmentation, and pollution also makes them valuable indicators of overall ecosystem health. By studying pika populations, we gain insights into the complex web of life in these fragile mountain environments. Section 7. The Climate Shadow, Global Warming and Pika Vulnerability. The idyllic mountain landscapes inhabited by pikas are facing an increasing threat from climate change. As global temperatures rise, these alpine environments are warming at an alarming rate, putting pressure on the delicate balance of life that exists within them. For pikas, adapted to survive within a narrow range of temperatures, even small increases in average temperature can have devastating consequences. As their preferred habitats shrink, they are forced to move higher up the mountains, where suitable habitat may be limited or already occupied by other pika populations. The timing of seasonal events such as snowmelt and plant growth is also shifting due to climate change. These shifts can disrupt the delicate balance between the pika's life cycles and the availability of resources, potentially leading to food shortages or reduced breeding success. The plight of the pika serves as a stark reminder of the far-reaching impacts of climate change on our planet's biodiversity. Their story highlights the urgent need for action to reduce greenhouse gas emissions and mitigate the effects of climate change on vulnerable species and ecosystems. Section 8. Conservation efforts, protecting pikas and their mountain homes. Despite the challenges they face, there is hope for pikas and the fragile mountain ecosystems they call home. Conservationists, scientists, and policymakers are working together to understand the threats to pikas and implement strategies to protect them. One of the key conservation approaches is habitat protection and restoration. By establishing protected areas in key pika habitats, we can ensure that these areas remain undisturbed and provide safe havens for these vulnerable creatures. Another important aspect of pika conservation is raising public awareness. Educating people about the importance of pikas, their role in the ecosystem, and the threats they face is crucial for garnering support for conservation efforts. Research plays a vital role in pika conservation. By studying their behavior, ecology, and genetics, scientists can gain a better understanding of their vulnerabilities and develop effective conservation strategies. This knowledge can then be used to inform management decisions and guide conservation efforts. Section 9. A call to action, what we can do to help. The fate of pikas rests in our hands. Reduce your carbon footprint, support renewable energy and conservation policies, support conservation organizations, spread the word about pikas. Together we can ensure pikas thrive. Section 10. Looking to the future. Hope for pikas in a changing world. The future of pikas, like that of many species, is inextricably linked to the choices we make as a global community. The challenges they face are significant, but there is hope. By embracing sustainable practices, supporting conservation efforts, and raising awareness about the plight of these charismatic creatures, we can help ensure their survival. The pika's story is a reminder that even in the face of adversity, life finds a way to adapt and persevere. Their resilience should inspire us to face the challenges of climate change and biodiversity loss with determination and a commitment to finding solutions. Their presence in the alpine meadows and rocky slopes serves as a beacon of hope, a reminder of the beauty and fragility of the natural world. By working together, we can ensure that the symphony of pika calls continues to echo through the mountains for generations to come. Let us be stewards of our planet, protecting its biodiversity and ensuring a future where both humans and nature can thrive. The time for action is now, for the sake of the pikas, for the health of our planet, and for the future of life on Earth.